They literally started our extinction.
Right, absolutely.
These dinosaurs.
So dinosaurs are just living in the world now?
Just in fucking Tucson.
So this movie is like Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Hello and welcome to Good Enough. I'm Sam, joined as always by Robbie.
Roar!
Cifuentes. And Matt.
Meow.
Ooh, wrong movie. We saw Jurassic World, or at least two of us did. Matt stood Robbie up.
I read the synopsis.
Matt stood
Robbie got
up.
stood up.
I got stood up for a 10:30 a.m. movie date.
I'm sorry. We were up late playing Farming Simulator, and then I couldn't fall asleep, and I overslept.
I don't know if this relationship's going to work out.
We were up till 3 playing Farming Simulator
Fuck,
together.
really?
Yeah, then I was up till 5 playing Legends.
On your
bed.
phone?
Yeah,
Oh my
in bed.
God.
Just really quick before we jump into our main topic, the farm.
When have we ever been like quick to jump into our main
The
topic?
farm is looking pretty sweet.
Is it?
We've started a logging.
Logging?
We've gotten
Yeah.
into logging.
I know you bought a chainsaw, didn't you?
No, we bought a chainsaw.
So that chainsaw.
Matt threw a fit.
Quick story.
Matt threw a fit that we wouldn't let him buy
Throw
a
a fit.
that we wouldn't let him
story.
buy a $1,000 chainsaw.
Yeah, he threw a fit and then sold a tractor because of it.
No, I did. That's.
I'm joking. But anyway, so we were talking about what we're going to buy next. I didn't talk about Matt. I didn't talk about this with Matt last night when it happened because I wanted to save it for today because I knew we were recording. So we were talking about buying a different mower head and like chainsaw, and I was like, whoa. And Matt was like, I'm going to do research. Don't worry. We'll see. Because every time we've gone into buying like a new piece of equipment, it always leads to like,
We need
we need
$300,000.
Yeah, we need a
piece of equipment.
Yeah, we need a $90,000 tractor for this. So I was like, all right, so just do the research, whatever. Fine. Did it. Matt went, bought all of his stuff, all of the logging stuff, bought his chainsaw and everything, and then I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna go mow. Guess what Matt didn't buy me?
A mower.
He didn't buy my mower head.
Rude.
And I told him.
Rude. And then he stood
told
you
him-
up for your movie date.
I told him, as long as we get that mower, that front-facing mower head, as after that, is whatever we can afford, handle. Buy all that logging shit. I had to sell grain or some shit to get that mower head. This bastard. This
There's
son of a
something
bitch.
happened. Like you told me to do something, and I got distracted.
Trouble on the farm.
But logging is really fun.
Where do you
Mowing is so satisfying.
Yeah.
What do you mow? The
yard.
Grass.
The-
And then we have a trailer that you have behind the tractor that picks up all the grass.
And then you take that to the plant
and make hay.
and make,
can make hay.
silage.
We did research on buying cows.
Oh my god! Apparently, it is.
We learned this game is incredibly deep.
Yeah. As
It's
far as
like I'm not even joking.
as
right
far
now.
as
This
farming?
game is deep.
as far as farming and things you have to do for farming,
So if you buy cows,
holy fuck!
If you buy cows, they start at a base of 5%. Basically, I'll just for the purposes of this, 5% happy.
The cows do.
Yes.
The happier they are, the more they produce.
Yeah, and they produce milk. That's the main thing they produce. You can make them happier by giving them food.
What about eggs? Do they produce eggs?
No.
They do not.
So you make them happy by giving them food, and you can give them. If you give them hay, they're just kind of happy. If you give them grass, they're a little bit more happy. If you give them a mix of stuff, which you have to buy more equipment to mix the stuff, then they're really happy. And then you can use hay to give them bedding, and then they're super happy. So each cow produces a certain amount of milk every day, and then at midnight, all that milk sells. If a cow is 100% happy, they produce 674 liters of milk a day.
What?
That's $1 per liter.
That's too much milk.
That's too much milk and
there's
a
a
S ton
lot
of
to
money.
take- yeah,
but
you can,
to
like-
take care of it, it would you would just
But-
have to be
Like only
That's where
cow
we realized
farm.
exactly.
Like
that's where you have to figure out what you're going to farm because you could spread yourself so thin that
trying to do too much
that you can't come back from.
Well, can you eventually like hire workers for all this?
Yes.
But like you have to be making a fuck ton of money.
Exactly. So like
how much do workers cost?
Not a lot.
Not
it's
a lot,
very cheap
but
for a worker.
But you still have to have all the equipment for the workers to
with
use.
Cows, you can be making, if you keep them happy, you can be making money hand over fist, and they produce
Hand over udder. Hand to the udder. You make money with hand to udder.
Hand to udder.
They produce manure, which you can use as fertilizer.
You don't have to pay
free.
for fertilizer. So there's a lot of upsides to cows, but
I thought this was just going to be like just a regular sim. Like it's crazy the depth of this game.
like I expect. Well, no, I mean I don't know what I expected because I've been looking at these games since like Farming Simulator 7.
But what I expected was like I think we talked about this last time. I expected like a macro view of like your park or of your farm.
Yeah, like Stardew, like
Stardew Valley or like Roller Coaster Tycoon or Railroad Tycoon.
Yeah.
A more macro pulled back view. But here you're managing the minutia.
You're in it.
Yeah.
You have to
and you
do
have to
it.
do everything. You have to do all kinds of stuff.
Like right now we have. Right now, okay, so after we plant and everything's growing to be harvested, me and Matt could be mowing, logging, collecting eggs, selling our stuff. Then when it's all ready to be harvested, we come together, we harvest it all together, finished faster. Mm-hmm. Boom, like there is like
when we first started, we would plant and then speed up time and wait. And do nothing.
And now, while it's growing,
we're like, we were talking like we can't speed up time so much because we need time to do this other stuff.
We have work to do.
Yeah, and not to mention the stuff that comes up on the board that we can now.
Oh yeah,
like we didn't check on the chickens yesterday for like 2 days.
Oh my god, dude!
When
there were
like 60 eggs.
Do the eggs sell at midnight too?
No, you have to actually go sell. I think I have 200 eggs in my backpack right now, just jostling freely in my backpack.
while you're chopping trees out with your chainsaw that was always equipped.
Yeah, you just have to push up.
You just push up on the D-pad.
We bought one chainsaw and we can all use it at the same time.
We were having a chainsaw fight last night.
Yeah.
Whoa. It's like a secondary weapon.
I sold one log.
It is.
It was like $5,000.
Where do you log?
Any tree.
All the trees
I cut down one of
around-
the trees at our farm.
Okay, so I was mowing.
But like, is there like a forest
There's
somewhere?
a lumber yard.
There's a lumberyard you take stuff. Well, as far as we could tell, trees
like
are
to
fair
cut-
game.
Yeah, we cut down one of the trees at the farm. Any
Right.
tree that's anywhere.
I understand that, but like eventually you're gonna run out of trees.
That's what I was saying. Like I was
There
like,
is
that's
a
what I was
forest.
telling Matt.
Yeah, that's why like.
And I think they grow back.
That's what I was telling Matt. I was like,
don't
dude, these
know.
trees grow back because
But
I was mowing and it was a bitch to get in between the trees, and I was like, man, Matt, I really wish you had that chainsaw now.
I don't see us getting rid of all of the trees though, because like there's a forest in this world.
Yeah,
And
but
that-
that's
and-
what I mean. Like where that forest is, like
Yeah, there's a
because I know
forest.
like the trees on the farm are finite. Like
Yeah.
there's not a
And
ton.
The chainsaw is very satisfying. I told Robbie I'm going to be responsible for the deforestation of Westbridge Hills
Westbridge Hills.
because there's equipment that you can get where you earn a machine, you chop down the tree, and you take off all the green with one machine.
Yeah.
I want it. Okay, that was my farming sim.
Yeah, that's our farming sim tangent.
We're becoming very efficient on the farm.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
And the machinery we have right now is
Yeah, we sold some stuff. We've kind of...
You guys will have to give me a tour
Yeah.
again today at some point.
What other new stuff did we buy?
that's it.
No, I know you bought the chainsaw. You bought the logging stuff.
So we bought a big trailer for logs.
Yeah, like the $1,000 chainsaw led to what, like
28,000.
28 G's worth of equipment we needed.
28 G's to log is not, because especially now that we know how much money you can make off
Yeah.
Right.
logging.
If one log is $5,000
it's
bucks,
crazy.
Yeah, so it was pretty fun. Especially when all three of us will play, like we will each have
Yeah.
something to do at every moment.
yeah.
Like, and we
There's not going to be any just, what are you doing right now? Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
We all have tasks.
There's going to be something
Yeah,
to do.
you'll definitely have something to do.
Every time we play that game, and then I start like sowing or harvesting or like fertilizing, I'd start nodding off.
So you can
I
you
start-
can be the logger.
Yeah.
I just start
Or
like.
you can mow.
Yeah, you can fall asleep with the chainsaw in your head.
And I mean that as a compliment. Like,
No, yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like super relaxing.
Oh
and-
yeah, I started harvesting last night, and I didn't realize I was still like 45 minutes in. I was like, oh shit, I'm still doing the same thing.
Played for like 4 hours last night.
Yeah, we
Jesus.
did, and it was.
And it didn't really feel like 4 hours.
And honestly, I was so obsessed with like, I need to finish this. I need to finish fertilizing so I could go mow around the
You have
field.
a-
and
you
it
have a-
looks when it's freshly mowed.
It looks so clean.
You have a
dude.
crazy look in your
It
eyes
looks
right
so
now.
clean.
And you know,
I
like, how
want
we
to go
had all
mow
the-
right now.
Oh, and we figured, you know how like when we were harvesting, it would leave like the stuff behind, and we kind of had that all around. We cleaned all that up.
Cleaned it all
It's
up.
clean.
Is that how do you clean that up with a mower?
That's the mower.
It's
the
grabber?
grass grabber that we bought for the mower.
it was the New Holland Grass Grabber 5000.
Is it just like two big hands?
It's a Harbinger. It's not a New Holland. I'm just saying, if we're gonna talk about what we have,
It's a Pottinger, actually.
Pottinger. That's right.
Oh my god, you both got it wrong once.
But yeah, it's really fun. Can't wait for you to see the farm,
And this has been your weekly farm sim update.
because that's what we've been playing.
Beep, beep, beep,
That's
beep, beep.
Literally
been
all
playing.
I've been playing. I haven't been playing. I haven't been playing anything.
I've been playing Farming Simulator with you guys. I've been playing Dark Souls, and I just got back into Heroes of the Storm, and it's a little bit upsetting because I don't want to start playing that game again.
Oh, and I started ESO, Elder Scrolls Online.
Oh yeah, we need to. I'm gonna play
Made
that
my
again.
character. Oh my god, it took an hour and a half
Mm-hmm.
to make my character because I ran into the same problems that I do when I play Skyrim. I'm like, I want to be an Argonian because duh.
What's an Argoni?
It's
The
lizard
lizard.
man,
Yeah.
the lizard people.
Cat Khajiit is the only option for me.
But then I always
The cat
then I
voice.
then I ended up being Redguard because like that's my playstyle. Like my playstyle is a warrior.
I did play a Nord, and
See, my playstyle is
in
warrior,
Skyrim,
and
the first time I
they
played.
had, like I don't use a ton of magic and stuff, like enchantments and things in the games, but not magic itself. So I'm a warrior. I modeled it after Kratos, and I'm pretty happy. With
Yeah?
it. Yeah.
Khajiit-
It's like a red
Khajiit
guard.
stealth archer.
It's like a red guard Kratos.
Hmm.
Like he has like the red guard like braids and like dreads and stuff,
Gotcha.
but like I like him. I like my character
Mm-hmm.
design. Did the tutorial level.
Nice.
Had some guy following
Yeah,
me
we'll play. We'll have
around.
to go through play
Yeah.
some dungeons together.
I bought it too.
Yeah, we'll do some
I'll
dungeons.
definitely-
I had
I'll
a
play.
guy chasing me around the fucking world. Hey, Rob, can you hear me? Hey, can you hear me? Hey, I have a mic. Can you hear me? I was like, oh, please let me finish this fast.
Did we tell Sam when we played Fortnite with children a few months back?
Oh no, we didn't.
This is why I hate playing online with
Well, this
strangers.
is why I only like have party chat on ever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So one of the challenges
we
in
did this on
Fortnite
purpose.
was you had to dance at a club and drop a disco ball.
Like there was a setup where you dance on, like you need 4 people to dance on, one on each pad, and it raises a disco ball. We needed to do that.
So we need 4 people. So
You-
we played, and we were
you
like,
knowing we don't have 4 friends or 2 other friends.
Yeah, it's just the three of us.
Yeah.
yeah.
We were
And
like,
I don't play every night.
Yeah, we were like, well,
We'll
shoot.
just do it really quick. We got in. Literally, the first words we heard.
No. The first thing I said was, as long as it's not kids, man, we'll be fine. First thing we heard was like I had said something as we went live into the room or onto the island, and the first thing I heard was, "Hey, that sounds like a man talking," and I was like, "Oh fuck me."
These kids are maybe 8.
Really?
Maybe.
I believe that.
Maybe
I mean,
8.
my little cousin is like 5 and he plays.
And then, oh god, we were like, guys, we just need to finish this challenge. Like,
Yeah.
can we just go to dance real quick? They're like, yeah, sure. So we got there, and then one of them was like, I'm gonna go search for some stuff. And we were waiting in there for them. We were like, guys,
Can we just
please,
do this?
just come dance.
can you come dance?
Long
really
story
quick?
short, it took a fucking long time for them to finally get in.
And he was like, yeah, I'm just.
did
He's
it.
like, I'm gonna run out to this chest real quick.
We
I was
finally-
like, can we just dance?
Yeah, all right. Long story short, we
Just
we
dance.
did it, but it was
And then we left them.
yeah, just left, died.
call.
Need to go. I
Bye.
feel so uncomfortable.
Yo, I didn't like any second of it.
But anyway,
Yeah.
let's get to the main attraction.
We saw Jurassic World, more like Jurassic Hurl.
Yeah,
That bad?
more like Jurassic hurled off that cliff. Like I wish those dinosaurs would have just drowned. Let them drown. They don't belong on Earth.
So,
What about the water dinosaurs?
well, hang on.
Well, that water dinosaur is out eating surfers as we speak,
The movie,
as posed by the movie.
yeah, the movie opens. It was not a good movie.
No.
It was like
There was
it felt so. I don't understand how a movie with a shit ton of dinosaurs and a bunch of explosions, and the first half of the movie takes place on an exploding island. How was it so fucking boring? I don't understand how I was bored. Like all the volcano was erupting, and they were like in that bunker with the computer, and then Chris Pratt was like flee, and then they got in the little sphere, and I was just like, this is boring.
yeah, everything was boring. Like everything on the island was like, oh, remember in the first Jurassic Park when the T-Rex comes out of its cage? And like it's like super suspenseful and like it's scary. It's like legit scary and like you're like, oh fuck.
That doesn't exist anymore.
Well, in this one, we get to see dinosaurs drown. we get to see about 14 dinosaurs drown,
Yeah.
and then we get to see that brontosaurus die on
That
the
was
dock.
so. Listen,
in the
I could not emotionally connect with this movie, and then that scene happened, and I was all, "What the
in
fuck?"
the most prolonged death scene you've
kept
ever
going.
seen.
It kept going.
You've never seen a death scene last so long, and it's an innocent creature being engulfed by a fucking volcano.
It's an innocent, yeah, it's like an innocent herbivore, and it's just like.
What happened?
Its head creeping out of like the smoke,
It's all like,
and then just finally becoming engulfed by it all.
and then Bryce
the
Dallas Howard is just like
explosions-
straight up crying. Like I was like,
expl-
what the fuck is this movie
The
now?
explosions from behind let you see it like it's anguished,
silhouette.
it's anguished silhouette as it dies.
It was so sad, and like I didn't give a fuck about any of these characters. Well, during that scene though, I was like, why is this so sad?
I didn't give a fuck about the dinosaurs. Why do we need to
That was the
protect-
that was the only
Why?
dinosaur I cared
Why
about.
protect the dinosaurs? Why? This is an act of God during that fucking
Oh, I know.
that
During-
hearing or whatever it was to decide whether the United States is going to send.
Yeah, they took the. Okay, so hold on. The movie starts and they take the rib bone from the Indominus Rex, and then the villains are gonna make a new dinosaur out of it. But like that scene, there were like 3 dinosaurs in that opening scene, and it's just like the novelty of seeing dinosaurs on the screen is so like just like diluted at this point.
And the way they do it is it's always the same, like a shadow creeping behind
But
an
it's-
unsuspecting submarine,
It's not
cutting off a rib bone of a dinosaur.
underwater. They always have to go back. They always have to go back to the park. It's just it's not
Wait,
it doesn't have the same.
Real quick, having a giant door that opens to open ocean. How did that ever make it into the designs of this park?
So that's how the water one escapes.
knowing what
At the beginning of the movie,
beginning of the
and
movie,
you think,
And then-
that's going to be important later.
And then you remember, when you see it next. In the last 30 seconds of the movie, eating surfers.
Oh, is it like that scene from the trailer?
Yeah, from the trailer. Yeah.
It's not like, it's like
You
you think it's
literally
going to
never
come.
see it. You don't see the whole
But the
thing.
problem is, this movie is filled with promises that go unfulfilled. We will get to it later. Trust me. There's a scene
Filled
later.
with one promise that
I
is
cannot wait to talk
that is on
about
some
it.
like Resident Evil, the movie's level of just like
Like why?
what?
Okay, let's get there. We'll get there eventually. But
Well, I was taking notes like as the movie
Well, we can talk
progressed,
about-
so we could go like that because
Do you want to go chronologically, or like just talk about just different aspects of the movie?
I say we go chronologically.
We could talk about Macy's character arc as a whole at the like from the beginning of the movie to the end. But I want to touch on like the overall plot, I guess.
Was this Lockwood guy a part of the first?
Well, it's implied that him and Hammond made the park.
Yeah, but is this the first time we find?
I don't think we've met him.
Okay,
I don't know
because I was like, I don't
think we've met him in any.
Yeah, and like, why was she so excited to get that phone call? Like,
well, I mean, apparently it's like
Lockwood?
It's well known that. Like,
I mean, yeah, but it's like
not to the viewer.
Yeah, I was gonna say for me, like, I was like,
I don't remember
did I miss
Hammond
something?
talking about anybody in the first movie.
Oh, also,
What about the other Lost World or Jurassic Park 3? Is there a Lockwood mentioned in those movies?
Not that
3, I don't
could
think
ever
so.
remember.
I don't remember Lost World.
3,
very
no,
well.
definitely not. I just watched 3.
I remember that William H. Macy's in 3.
I watched all 3. The first
3's not good, but I
like it.
I enjoy
Yeah,
it.
it's an enjoyable
Like it's not a
movie.
good film.
I don't remember Lost World very well.
Lost World's fucking.
It's pretty garbage.
It's bananas.
But it's also this movie.
It is.
It's this movie.
Yeah.
They're just retelling the original trilogy.
They make the dinosaurs come off the island.
Yeah, because it takes place in San Diego, right?
Okay, so is Jeff Goldblum only in that court scene?
He's in the beginning and the end, but apparently it's all one scene.
Is that all one scene, or
Well,
did they come back now that the dinosaurs are in the world? It
was weird because
that's what it sounded like. It sounded like
he was wearing the same outfit, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It's like they had Jeff Goldblum for like half an hour, and they were like, "Oh fuck, we got to crank this out."
Yeah, I feel like that was definitely a second hearing for whatever reason, because the first one ended and they were like, we're not going to help the dinosaurs.
Well, the island is getting ready to erupt. The volcano's going to erupt, and so they bring in Ian Malcolm for some reason. Like, oh, what should we do? Should we save the dinosaurs? And
what should we do? Guy from the fucking onset has said this shouldn't happen.
Yeah,
but what should we do?
Why is the U.S. only like why shouldn't this be like a UN thing?
No one knows. No one knows
why.
No one knows why a world government is getting involved in a privately owned island that has nothing to do with anything.
But like the threat that it poses
that's what I'm saying.
is like
I feel like the UN would get involved in something where dinosaurs are.
I agree. There should be a
into the
global
world.
fucking effort.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then Jeff Goldblum's like, hey, don't just let him die. Let him die on the island.
Yeah.
And then
everyone's so outraged. I'm like, why?
How do they decide to?
Why are people?
Or no, they didn't.
Why are people protesting this though? Why are there picket lines and shit protesting?
Well,
they're animals that
let's talk about that because Bryce Coward Howard. She works for like a pro dinosaur advocacy group. It's basically Dino PETA, right?
Yeah.
And she wants to save the dinosaurs. My question, like, PETA has really stupid methods, and like I disagree with their methods. I agree that we should protect animals, but like these are dinosaurs that are like were made in a lab and like we don't have the ecosystem that
But put this in our world. You know there would be people protesting.
Yes.
You know there
fucking
would be.
idiots. Like,
well, yeah, I'm not denying that, but you know there would be people protesting.
But I
don't know.
It's still to me like
because I kind of
and everybody involved. I mean, I get the bleeding heart aspect of it, but it's these animals didn't belong here to begin with.
But like now they're here, don't we? And we made them. Isn't it our job to protect them?
No,
just kill them and make them again better.
Yeah,
and
it's our
less
job
dangerous.
It's our job to make sure that these creatures that lived on this planet far longer than we have to this point, and like there's no way that these creatures do not extinct us. Like, I mean, I don't know.
I felt myself.
I'm thinking
during the movie. I felt myself going back and forth.
I from the beginning I was like, this is stupid. Like, why won't they just let this island die? Fucking take itself into the ocean with all these dinosaurs that have proven over the course of fucking 30 years now almost that cannot be controlled no matter what expenses or like. And
that's what the government did decide to let them die.
Yeah.
but then like,
But-
here comes Lockwood.
Oh, here comes the bad
Here
guys.
comes Lockwood, and also I have so many questions about his like that financial advisor guy. What was his job? He was like the guy who handled his estate, right?
He's the guy who spent his money. That's what he said.
Right, but I
That's
guess
all that's all he ever said
know, it's
or
so-
described himself.
I guess he's just like his asset manager.
Yeah.
At the end of his life, he's managing his assets or whatever. But like
And taking care of his.
that's like Macy's there,
God.
like as what's his face, his granddaughter,
It's
and then
like what? Oh, go on. Sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, fuck, we're nearing a break. So when Bryce Coward Howard arrives at Lockwood's estate, you find out that he's got a granddaughter who's like, I don't know, sneaking around and all that stuff, and I don't
Yeah.
know like what we're supposed to think of her at the beginning of Macy, but
Like all I was thinking was like, oh well, here's the poor child being dragged into this fucking monster, like this
Right.
monsters being chased, like they do in every movie. I was like, why do they always got to involve kids? Like,
right.
it's just
Well, there,
like so
there
they-
always has to be kids in these movies.
yeah, I mean, for obvious reasons, like
Ooh.
take kids to go see it.
So
Like,
that
but-
sort of speaks to my that, like Jurassic Park has become like a children's like movie franchise at this point. Like,
yeah, it weirdly straddles both lines because
there's
always
significant violence.
yeah, there's always significant violence, but there's always children in it, which like I guess makes it okay to take children to go see these.
I guess I think it kind of speaks to like our desensitization of violence. Plus,
Yeah,
like all
fucking
the
dinosaurs, dude.
I know, which is fucking awesome, and it's kind of remarkable that Jurassic Park is the only film franchise with dinosaurs in it,
Yeah,
like major film franchise.
You have a monopoly on the dinosaurs.
It's just crazy. Like, why aren't there more dinosaur movies?
that's a good question.
Because
Yeah.
the internet, he will be like, this isn't Jurassic Park.
Like how?
This
Say
isn't
it.
Jurassic Park. What is
Uh-oh.
this?
Who's this now?
He's like, this is
Who's this guy?
what would you call?
Kevin?
You know why?
Why is Kevin always my go-to?
Kevin's the default name.
Kevin.
Kevin is also Kratos' cousin.
Yeah, he
What's
was here.
what's Kevin's last name? Kevinson.
Fuck. It's just like, so Lockwood, he wanted to save the dinosaurs.
Yes.
And so did he like, okay,
What?
his asset manager like hired mercenaries to go
Save
capture the
Well,
dinosaurs?
I'm sure he didn't know that they would.
Lockwood didn't know.
Yeah. I mean, because like he said, he was like, "Oh my god," which is like so dumb. It's such an overreaction when he like confronts him, and is like, "Did you think you were gonna get away with this? Like, have an auction selling dinosaurs fucking downstairs from me?"
Yeah, like literally downstairs.
Wait, so Lockwood is not the bad guy in this?
No.
So
He's-
his asset manager is the bad guy.
He's kind of a bad guy in that
mean-
like he brought fucking dinosaurs to the mainland.
in that he's a senile old man who, with another senile old man, decided to create dinosaurs. And then
My favorite scene-
No, my favorite thing was
I need
the
to-
quote was John Hammond's quote that he quoted
Say it.
when he said,
Did you write down?
I did. He said, at the beginning I said, fuck, I wrote fucking maniacs. And then his quote, they don't need our protection. They need us to like be gone, to be away from them. And I was like,
Who said that?
John Hammond.
And
what
Lockwood quoted him.
Yeah, quoted him like, this is why they need to be protected. He's like, John always said this. John always believed they don't need our protection. They need us to be gone.
So let's go protect them.
Hey, they've been fucking dead for millions of years. That's where they need to be. That's
Wait, so he was
they
saying,
don't need
he was saying that
anything.
they need humans to be gone?
That they don't need human protection. Yeah, that they need humans. Yes.
Oh, so they need our extinction.
Yeah. Fucking maniacs.
What are the chances the next one's called Jurassic World Extinction?
The next one better be called Jurassic World Blue Takes Tucson.
I have so many theories for what could be an awesome third installment of this franchise, especially given the plot twist with Maisie later.
Can we see the apes from Planet of the Apes and the dinosaurs from
No,
this
I
fighting each
picture
other?
Maisie commanding an army of
That's
fucking
exactly what I
clone
picture. That is
dinosaurs.
exactly what I picture, and I want it so bad. Let's take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to talk about Maisie's story and talk more about Jurassic Hurl.
The Fallen franchise.
This is pretty good, I guess.
That's actually, I feel like, better than...
Yeah, it's better than what you were going to say.
Well, you even know what I was going to say.
I'm going to assume.
You know what?
Bad.
You know what? That's a safe bet. All right, let's take a quick break. More Good Enough after this. Welcome back to Good Enough. We are talking about Jurassic Hurl Fallen franchise.
Cha-cha.
I don't know. Fallen franchise is... I wanted to do something like poop or vomit related. Jurassic Hurl.
We love that kind of humor.
Have you ever listened to this show?
Jurassic Hurl.
Yeah, no, I was saying we love that kind of humor.
Fallen
That
turd.
sounded incredibly sarcastic, even the second time.
I feel like the second time emphasized
Yeah.
about fallen turd.
It's not even the same number of syllables as Kingdom.
Turddom.
Oh, damn it. Oh, you beat me to it.
Jurassic Hurl. Hold on, I'm going to write it down.
Oh, brother.
I'm not making the same poster like we did for this last episode.
Why?
You should make a piece of poop that looks like a T-Rex.
I don't want to do that.
So let's talk about Macy's story.
It should be...
Because we're going to linger on this for so
Yeah.
long, and I know, like, it's all I want to talk about. When Bryce Coward Howard
Oh my god.
Bryce Coward Howard gets to Lockwood's estate, the little girl, like, she sees the little girl, like, spying on them, and then she runs away, and then later, like, she meets her. Oh, I'm Maisie, but she's got an English accent. I'm Maisie, I'm Lockwood's daughter, her granddaughter, and there's a scene.
Have an accent.
She's spoken in English accent.
Just like...
And there was a scene when her caretaker, the nanny or whatever, which I also have questions about her, but
Me too.
I have so many questions about her.
She has to be like animatronic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
There's no way she's not at least part cyborg, like, because she's like got to be like the timeline for her.
yes, like
Okay.
what's implied is
Okay, well, let's get there, because I really want to talk about her. But Maisie says, "Oh, I don't want to take a bath," and then the nanny goes, "It's the Queen's English, bath, bath,
Bath.
You have to."
That's
She corrects
so
her.
weird.
She corrects her the way she says bath.
Yeah.
She's trying. She wants Maisie to speak in that English accent. Now, we come to learn later that's because her mother was English.
I guess. I mean, they're English then, right? Like Lockwood's English then?
He has an American accent.
Yes, he does.
It's
Yes, he does. He 100% does.
okay.
And he's
Late in the
famous.
movie-
I mean, not only not only that, but like he's like, okay, in the real world, like, he's
Cromwell.
a famously American actor. Like they could have gotten a British guy. Like
So is he English though? Like
I don't know. I just
the
thought
character.
that'd be funny.
Oh man.
I don't know.
But okay, because they hint at the nanny, like she corrects her the way she says bath, and I'm just like, why?
Why? And then
And I was like, it's because the nanny has that English accent.
Yeah.
She wants she wants her to be like her. She wants Maisie to be just like her. We find out later. Here, let's just say it.
yeah. Okay. So
We find out later once. I forget how it gets brought up because
well, they're in that corridor about to escape and
above
then,
the auction had
yeah,
happened, right?
yeah.
And the asset manager, I think his name is Mills.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
They're confronting the group because Chris Pratt and Bryce Howard and the little Maisie are all together, and she says something like, or he says something like,
No, he says something like, Macy, get over here.
Yeah.
Get. Like,
Yeah.
she's a fucking animal.
and then she said something like, oh, I forget how it, like, I don't know.
He's
There's
like,
no
no.
organic way to arrive at this reveal.
So everyone, like, Macy comes up, hugs Chris Pratt, Bryce Coward Howard comes and, like, they're, like, in, like, this, like little family pose. And
She
he
really-
says,
she really-
yeah, and he says, "Oh, so you're gonna take care of her now? You don't even know what she is.
Oh, that's right.
You don't even know what she is."
He says this while she's standing
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, and he gives
And
up the
he says-
information
wait,
willingly.
he's-
Lockwood never had a granddaughter.
Yeah, he said, "You don't even know what she is." Lockwood never had a granddaughter. He just wanted his daughter back.
And she was...
Then a dinosaur eats a security guard that was with him, and everyone goes their separate ways.
He cloned his daughter.
Guess what was never mentioned again?
The fact that she's a clone. Maisie's a clone.
This took place at minute 1 hour.
This is like-
1 hour and 50 minutes into a 2 hour and 8 minute movie.
This is like right before the ending. And like
Yeah.
they never address it. She's a fucking clone. Why?
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 Because his daughter died in a car accident? Maybe? But we don't know because she said, "Did my mom ever go to the park?" "Oh, a long time ago. Yeah, she did." Does that mean she died at the park and not in an accident? And he was like,
There's...
he's like, "Hey, shoot that DNA into a dino egg and make me a daughter again?" Is that what
did that
Wu
sound
has
so
been?
gross?
Is that what Wu has been doing this whole time?
I also like how Wu is like the puppet master pulling all the strings. He was in the
Yeah,
last one
in the
too.
yeah.
It's like they couldn't get any of the original characters except for that guy.
Well, like who would come back? Why? And like,
Well, Sam Neill came back for 3. I don't know.
which doesn't make sense.
And Goldblum for some reason was in this one.
Yeah.
We were reading.
I want some Laura Dern.
Oh, I know. We were reading
I thought that
bits
was
about
going to be her
foreshadowing
mom.
that she's a clone, and like I was the bit where she has her grammar corrected or her speech corrected. Is that supposed to be a hint at like who she is? Because we don't know.
Clones
No.
Clones have to be British.
I know,
I
and
mean,
then
unless
she.
if it is, something was cut out because what we were given at that point when that happened.
It's baffling.
All it looked like was
because
all it looked like was like, oh well, then this is just the kid in the movie. This is
The article
like
I read
the
said
Jurassic Park kid.
right
The clues were that she acted like Blue.
because when she was watching the
that
video
im-
of Chris
But
Pratt
that's-
and
but
Blue,
that's not-
So that
but-
implies that all clones have to
No,
act alike.
but that's not her acting like Blue. Like it's her watching a video in the movie.
because in the
movie, all she's doing is watching a video.
She's
of
watching
Chris
it on a
Pratt
computer
train
screen.
Blue.
yeah, and watching the diaries, the video diaries,
Yeah.
and then like she's just sort of like tilting her head, I guess, like like she's learning something. Like, oh, this is interesting. But like in
Maybe-
the film, Blue was like turning her head too. But like I didn't see that.
But you would never connect that as like she's a clone.
It's
Holy
more like
shit.
a child watching a man train dinosaurs.
Now
Yeah,
that because I haven't
and
seen it.
mimicking even the moves Chris Pratt was doing in the
Yes.
video while training Blue.
Now that I know she's a clone, I'm gonna look for all the clues.
Please do because let me know what you
Matt,
find.
I would not even see it, dude. Like at $5, like
It's
I
a
was
Jurassic
like
Park
at
movie. I feel like
$5,
I have to see
I
it.
was like, okay, like fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had paid any more, I might have walked out before it ended
It was bad.
because I was ready to walk out. and I
I
was
almost
like,
left when
I was at the point when the only reason I did it was like I was like, oh man, I haven't come across something that like I haven't come across the moment Sam's talking about. I was like, fuck me. Like I spent the last half hour like with my legs just like jittering, just
Come
like
on, let's go.
Come on, can we please? I mean, how do you have a Jurassic Park movie and you show 4 dinosaurs?
There was I want to talk about Maisie some more because there's another clue where
Go ahead.
where she asked Lockwood. She goes, "Oh, how was my mother? Did I look like
Did
my
I look
mother?"
like my mother?
And he says, "Oh, you could have been her mirror image."
Yeah.
And then
He's like, which
was like, "Oh, it's
like you are her mirror image, my clone daughter.
And then when Mills kills Lockwood, smothers him with a pillow, and then
Which was like the biggest like
He-
overreaction and like
no one never learns that Mills murdered him.
no. He got
Everyone
away
just thinks
with
he
murder.
died. Yeah, he
Yeah.
got away with murder. No one even questioned it.
No.
Does Mills die?
Yeah, T-Rex.
Of course.
T-Rex.
But
Oh, we haven't even gotten to the tooth collector. Oh my god. We need to okay, go on.
we've only got like 20 more minutes.
the what?
Oh my god.
He collects teeth. The mercenary king.
King
captain, the mercenary captain, collects teeth from dinosaurs. And he was trying to collect them from the Indoraptor, the new dino. God, we gotta hurry this up. Maisie. Oh, fuck. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. Once Mills killed Lockwood, he dismissed the nanny. Mm-hmm. And the nanny's like, I raised her daughter and her.
Yeah.
And it was really sad because later on, Maisie finds the picture of her mom. Well, I guess.
Well, no, it's the lady.
Her.
It's
the nanny. And then also
and
her host. Whoever she
daughter 1.0.
Her. And it's like it's straight up like the picture of like the actor, the Macy actor.
Macy actors with the slightly younger animatronic
with
nanny.
The sepia filter on it.
But you know what I love?
It's just like
you know what
I wanted. We didn't get closure on the nanny's story. Like
no,
she just left. She's like, I raised them both.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Like, no, I'm taking care of her now.
Yeah.
Leave.
And then then Maisie buddies up with
Chris Pratt
and Bryce Howard.
What was implied by the fact that she'd never clearly seen any of the pictures in that photo album?
I know.
Was what kind of life is this child like? The grandpa's like covering up these pictures that he's always looking at. She only finally sees it after he's dead, and she pries it from his cold fingers.
I know. I know. Seriously,
like that kid saw some devastating shit.
That shit.
She found her grandfather or her father.
She found her father. She found her father murdered. Her only caretaker was fired.
Not even her father. Wu is most likely her father.
Right. And then she found out she's a clone, all in the span of like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Like,
not from the time she found dead father, and that homeboys told everyone, oh, she's a clone, could not in movie time have been
maybe like an hour.
Maybe.
Well, because it was like daytime. No.
Oh. Wait, no, it was all.
When did he die?
It was all at night. He was like, he told him, call the police on yourself and tell them what you did.
I know, actually.
And instead of getting the phone and calling the police, he grabbed the pillow that the phone was placed on and smothered him to death.
I assumed he was going to at least have like a knife or something.
I was like, that's an overreaction. This guy is incapacitated as it is.
I know. What's he going to do?
He is sick. He's bedridden, hooked up to IVs and like medical equipment. All you have to do is fucking fling that phone across the room and
like, no, I'm not.
What the fuck is he gonna do? Like, he clearly he clearly can't get out of bed by himself. He was in a wheelchair every other time we've seen him.
So then,
how did his cane break? That amber. That shit has been compacted for millions of years.
I know.
And it hits the floor and just shatters into a million fucking pieces.
Also, how did that happen? No one was using that cane or no one was near it.
Oh my God. Blue cried. Yeah. The velociraptor cried. A velociraptor cried.
God, there's so many we don't have enough time to cover everything.
Why are they still trying to weaponize these animals?
Stop trying to weaponize dinosaurs. It never goes well. Every character was stupid. Every single character. The IT guy and the vet were both unbearable.
Yeah, like literally from the opening scene that they were introduced in, I was done.
I was like, I can't do it.
Which
there's two side characters,
two side supporting
that went
characters.
to the island with them. They did a blood transfusion on Blue. No one fucking talked about that. What the implications of that were?
Oh yeah,
they go wait and got blood from the T-Rex
for blood transfusion for Blue's gunshot wound.
Yeah,
Matthew. Because Blue was shot, and the vet said, "If you shoot me, the raptor dies." Because she was holding a gun.
Because she's the only one that
she was. What was her title?
It was
she was something like
a dinosaur vet,
prehistoric vet. Like,
how? She we find out at the beginning she's on the phone. She's like, "Oh, I'm a so and so veterinarian." She goes, "Yeah, that's a real thing."
Yeah. It said, I wrote, "Did Blue cry?"
Blue 100% shed a tear.
That raptor 100% cried.
At the end, when all the dinosaurs, they free all the dinosaurs from the estate, and like the room is filling with poison. I was like, "Are we about to watch all these dinosaurs get poisoned?"
Yes, and we were. It looked like
Bryce Howard was not going to let them out.
It looked like Dino Grand Central Station. All these dinosaurs just packed, waiting for an elevator to open. An elevator, Matthew. A dinosaur
the
elevator.
With poison. And like Bryce
Like
Dallas Howard.
legit brontosaurus. Brontosauri.
How big is this house?
That's we don't know.
Matthew.
It's
Like,
it's a massive sprawling estate,
during-
and still it could not have like it was
dinosaurs. It was holding dinosaurs in the basement.
several, many
They
of them.
took elevators to get out. Like they're like during the construction of the mansion, they're like, oh yeah, these corridors need to be
Make
dinos.
it big enough to hold dinosaurs.
These corridors need to be big enough for a T-Rex to walk through. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you
Not
remember that
What is
scene?
okay? The average weight that an elevator can hold is like what, 4,000 pounds?
No, it's a dinosaur. It's a T-Rex. It's a 30-ton monster.
A brontosaurus weighed 36,000 pounds. What kind of like steel wires on that are on that elevator?
It was
The giant Walker Texas Ranger lever that pulled
for
the dinosaurs
pulled the dinosaurs out for
back.
auction. So here, quick, I do want to talk about the movie felt really scattered and whisked us from one scene to another very quickly because I feel like they had in mind when they were playing this movie that final set piece, taking place in the estate where they're trying to escape the Indoraptor and stuff. And like they wanted to get there and just didn't care how quickly they got us there because once they got to the estate at the end, it was slowed down and it was like they were there for like 45 minutes, the last 45 minutes of the movie. I will say that last scene was really cool. Everything with the Indoraptor at the end.
Yeah,
when they're hiding from it in
They're
the house.
fighting and running from it.
Look at that extended stealth sequence.
My favorite part of the chase scene is when the little girl, when they were out on the roof, and she was like, "Oh, follow me! I know where to go," and leads him to a dead end, hanging off the roof with the Indoraptor in front of them. She's like, because like it. They kind of set up like this little girl like scales the roofs of this fucking manor, and like
How
when
did they
they're
set that up?
like they just show her running from window to window and like all around like just random places around the mansion, and she like goes to Chris Pratt like, I know where to go, like follow me. Takes him across the glass roof of a greenhouse that leads to a dead end off the fucking roof. And it's like. Well, it's actually not a greenhouse. It was like the skylight for the museum, the dinosaur museum. Because remember, that's how the Indoraptor died, impaled on the Triceratops skull with blue on it.
Yeah.
Like it's like there were definitely like 3 scenes that were like, well, we need to. This has to be like when the Indoraptor's on the mansion, howling into the rain.
I honestly, if I'm being serious, all that stuff in the estate with the Indoraptor was really cool and really well done.
Yeah. Also, why were there latches to open that window from the outside?
I know, and like it just like the Indoraptor turned the handle and then like the door swung open. Like it didn't even push it.
No.
Oh God, what else?
What do these people think that they're going to be able to do with the dinosaurs they buy?
Well, I mean, weapon. I use them.
Okay. They're in
much are they buying them
they're
for?
in the like $5, 10, $20 million.
Well, the Indoraptor was going for like
26,
25 million,
25, yeah. So they take these dinosaurs out into the real world and use them as weapons or whatever they do. Like,
and then what?
They're not armor skinned. Like, it's not like a fucking.
They had to do a blood
battalion.
transfusion on
Yeah,
Blue.
it's not like a shooting. Like a line of people wouldn't be able to take them out.
Mm-hmm.
Second, they're dinosaurs. Everyone knows where these dinosaurs came from because these are the only dinosaurs on the planet. They will easily be tracked to fucking Milo or whatever Mills as soon as one is seen. And like, well,
Right.
you shouldn't have that. How did you get that?
Right. I bought it.
Like the auction, like just the setup
Went
of
to
the
an
auction
auction.
makes no sense.
They were really inconsistent with.
Indoraptor was laser sighted. It had attachments. It had attachments.
laser-sighted?
You know what a laser? You know how laser sights are used on guns?
Yeah.
That's how they used it on the dinosaur.
How? I mean,
Like,
what
you
re-
You know when
Like they would point
a
a
laser
laser-
sighter at a target,
Right.
And you know that's where the bullet's gonna go. Well, now you know that's where the dinosaur's gonna go.
Like they would point a laser at something and then the dinosaur would lock onto
What?
it. It was actually, I actually thought that was pretty fucking cool. I'm not gonna lie.
That was ridiculous.
Okay. Oh God.
We're just trying to just.
I'm like my mind is kind of overwhelmed right now.
Much.
Because there's so much. They were really
Why in
inconsistent.
emergency is there a button to open the doors again to the outside world?
So
shouldn't that emergency button have said or not existed? Or shouldn't that mean
I feel like
they lock down even harder?
Yeah.
I feel like the wall to the outside world should be the most secure place in your park.
So we need to talk about the end because
well, no, this is the house.
Oh.
This is what the dinosaurs left through the elevator.
So they at the end the dinosaurs are released. Bryce Coward Howard can't bring herself to release them because she made the mistake of like advocating for them, and now she's seen what they can do, and she's like, oh, maybe we should let them die. And so she's like, oh, I'm not going to let them out. But then Maisie hits the button and lets them all out.
She says,
she goes, they're like me.
Yeah.
They're like me because they're all clones.
What?
What?
That she releases the dinosaurs because she's like, she looks at them after they see that she pushed the button. She's like, they have to live because they're like me.
So she's a 10-year-old, right?
Something.
There's no way that she has like the cognitive capacity
No.
to understand any of that.
She's a clone, so does she?
So maybe she has.
I guess.
Maybe.
Yeah, perhaps.
Is she laser sighted?
Ooh.
I mean, I'm sure that's like a switch that could be flipped.
It's just I don't understand. Oh man! And so the movie ends with all the dinosaurs getting out, and there's a montage of a Jeff Goldblum monologue and all the dinosaurs roaming in the world. And so, like at the end of the movie, oh god, the fucking dialogue, Jeff Goldblum's dialogue. He's saying something like, "Oh, we're gonna have to adapt to these new dangers,"
Yeah.
and like the movie ends with him saying, "Welcome to Jurassic World." And I was like, that was fucking stupid. Is he telling that to the people he's giving the hearing to?
Like we could kill the dinosaurs fairly easy.
Oh, yeah.
Like we could take them out
Way easy.
very easy.
well, we could, but
Just bring in a fighter jet.
Where
and
was
shoot the
that
hell out.
mansion? Like where
That
it is surrounded by woods and forest, but then the next time you see Blue, she is clearly in some fucking desert somewhere.
so they're right near the ocean apparently because they drive from the harbor to the
That's true.
estate. Remember,
They dock like practically at the estate.
Yes.
It seemed like. Oh my god!
there's like 3 locations in this entire movie: the island, the estate, and then the boat.
Yeah. Which the boat was horribly managed, walking freely from place to place, like no interruptions. They got that blood sample from the T-Rex with no real interruptions.
Right.
Matt, they got a blood sample from a T-Rex. They had a giant blood bag. Like,
And Bryce Dallas Howard had to get on top of it in order to.
please tell me you got the blood.
She's all, oh, here it is. Here, please.
And that blood was just able to go into Blue?
Yes.
Well,
no repercussions?
Because that dinosaur vet knew that it needed to be a carnivore with no more than 3 toes
That's right. The vet
for
knew.
for it to work with Blue.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So much.
Interesting. Did she learn that in prehistoric
Well, then,
veterinary school?
The Mill was like
Mizzles?
Mizzles, old Mizzles. He was like, you can't take that. He wanted Blue, and she's all, oh, you can't have Blue because her blood's been mixed with a T-Rex. So what? Like, what are the implications of that? They've all got the same blood anyways, right? They're all clones.
Apparently, it worked
But-
with her, so her blood
So could Maisie have a blood transfusion with Blue?
probably.
So that kind of brings me to what I want to talk about. Like, what do you see for the next movie?
Well, now it has to be some sort of people living in the world with dinosaurs.
Just
just judging on what-
before we postulate, one of the last things that happened in the movie is Blue and Chris Pratt were like, I don't know, they finally reunited or whatever, and he's like, "Come with me, Blue, come away with me."
Oh my god, that's right. And then Blue looked at the cage and was like, no, and then left.
So I halfway expected them to go be living in the cabin he was building, and like all 3 of them with Blue.
Oh my god. So the first time we met his character in the first movie, He was like repairing a motorcycle. The
He's building a
second
cabin.
introduction we get is he's building a house.
His character
like
is
just by himself building a house.
his character is really boring and stupid and dull. Like,
And it's like for someone who like
What a
I
boring
don't know.
character.
Yeah, really. Like there's like really nothing there.
it's weird because they don't. Like, I feel like they didn't let him like do his Chris Pratt thing.
He really did nothing in this movie.
No, he didn't really. Yeah,
I'm just realizing now, like there were no like Chris Pratt moments, like endearing or maybe the videos.
the videos. But also, remember when he was tranquilized and had to roll away from the lava?
Oh yeah, that was so weird.
Stupid.
I wish that dinosaur would have crushed him. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry. They showed 6 dinosaurs. I forgot about that one that flipped him over, that licked his face.
When he was tranquilized. So I can see like this movie was terrible. And like there's a couple directions they can go with the next one to make it like to redeem it. I'm imagining like a Mad Max style of post-apocalyptic world that's taken over by dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And Maisie is like some kind of like Mad Max-esque character.
Riding the dinosaur, like devil dinosaur.
She's got dinosaur blood in her,
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck, and she like commands. She has a loyal following of dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs, yeah.
and they roam the world and right wrongs.
But I feel like it'd be
clone
so
children.
easy to kill these dinosaurs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So easy to kill them.
But we'll see.
Yeah, like guns or, I mean, it's just not. It's just.
I'm gonna go
not
see
good,
it.
man.
It's yeah. Okay, we're about out of time. You guys have any closing thoughts?
Remember when she was a clone?
I can't stop. Like I saw this. We saw this movie. Like, I think we saw it Saturday, but I have not stopped thinking about it. That plot twist. And that amounted. They didn't even address it. Didn't even talk about it.
Setting up for the next one.
It came in. I mean, that's literally the only thing. But like, what?
It's like someone had the idea for that
And how
plot
long
twist.
has she been that small? Like, does she grow or is she just?
Well, it's like they had that idea for that plot twist, and then they just stuck it in the movie, and like just because they felt like they had to, or someone promised a writer that they'd stick it in the movie.
Like that's the only way they could figure out. Like, damn man, we can't figure out how to get a kid into this movie.
God, what's wrong with her just being a grandchild?
Let's clone one.
What is wrong with her just being Lockwood's grandchild?
Then who's gonna let the dinosaurs out at the end?
She could still have done that as his grandchild.
Whatever. This is stupid. I'm done talking about this.
Maybe that's why she was so passionate about dinosaurs, because she has them running through her veins.
Maybe. Okay, that's about it. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Yep.
And don't go see Jurassic World.
I'm gonna go see it.
Jurassic Hurl.
It's definitely not worth it.
Jurassic Hurl. Okay, thanks for listening, and we will be back next week. Bye-bye.